Hello and welcome back to another video. If you have watched my previous video, then you already know this. But basically, yeah, why my last video was on Sunday and this is on Tuesdays because I've given up on the Assetto Corsa Rally update coming anytime soon. So I will be just uploading that video whenever. And now it's time to complete this tier list. And hopefully, yeah, this won't be as long as the previous video, and as you can see, this is where we ended in the last video. So now let's start. So we have, I believe this is Curvello. No, this isn't Curvello because we started at C. Yeah, and you have all of the tracks here. So this track I don't remember the name of. I used to have the names up here. So if you just pause a second, then I can bring up the names. Okay, so I brought up the list now, and where we are currently is we're on Londrina. And I just want to double check something. Yeah, it seems like the whole list got scrambled up. I'll have to double check because I don't see Le Mans here. No, I drank Le Mans. Okay, then we're fine. Yeah, Le Mans and then Londrina. Okay, so Londrina, another Brazilian track. I mean, if I recall correctly, it's quite a fun track, but I don't remember it being like super significant. Oh yeah, now I think I remember it. Oh yeah, now I remember. It was actually quite fun now that I remember of it, but it wasn't like super special. If I recall correctly, this layout was quite good, but this one was okay. Because if I recall correctly, I wanted to take like the long way, but then that way, and then using this becomes quite awkward. Don't remember which car I drove it in though, but I remember that. Then you have the go-kart track, Londrina. What's it called now? You have Londrina. Oh, it's Ayrton Senna. So I remember driving this layout and thought it was quite fun. So if we put it there. And then these, I mean, they look okay, so we can put them there. Yeah, I should make the disclaimer again. I've driven all of these tracks. I've not driven all of the layouts and not all of the go-karting tracks. And I might not remember everything, so take this with a pinch of salt. And also, if you don't like my rankings, you can comment it down below. Now we get to Long Beach, and there are only two layouts of Long Beach. You have the Classic and you have the Stadium Super Trucks. I mean, the Stadium Super Trucks is a classic one for it. I remember it being very tricky, but also very fun because you're turning whilst hitting the ramp, so you have to try and turn before that, so it becomes very tricky. So I'll put this up on A because, I mean, in my opinion, it's probably the best Stadium Super Trucks track. And then the actual Long Beach, I mean, it's quite fun. I just feel like this section is very weird, and this basically this sector 2 I don't really like. I find it very odd. So I'll put it a B tier. I mean, these are also not in order, I will just say. If I can't be asked doing them all in order. Now we get to, yeah, we're getting to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and yeah, it only has 3 layouts. That I'm quite surprised about. But basically, you have the modern, you have the 1993 and 91. I don't remember. I remember there was a clear difference, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, it was the last corner. So, I mean, the modern circuit, it's quite a fun one. It's not my favorite one, I should say, of the actual track. Is it a very... I would put this one at B. I would put the 1991 layout at C, because I hate the last chicane, how tight it is. And I would put the 1991... I might get the years a bit wrong, but either way, I would put... yeah, the oldest layout on at A because I really like this high speed section that's really tricky, and then the last chicane you can take a bit more flat and you can cut it a lot. Now we come to Monza, which I believe has one of the most layouts in the game. Okay, Nürburgring is the most, but it's 5th in the list. So I mean, that's interesting. But now we have the oldest layout. I don't remember the year, probably 1971, because they seem that the year is very consistent in AMS2. But this one basically is the whole track. And I mean, the track is very plain, but it's plain in a good way, I would say, where it's high speed. But I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but I'll put this one at E, because in my opinion it is the worst of the layouts. Or actually, I don't like the random chicane there for the 1000 Monza 1000 kilometers, or what it's called. I don't like that chicane, but I feel like it's a bit too plain. I mean, you take the corners, but they're all flat out, except the Lesmos and Parabolica. It's like two braking zones, because you brake for the first Lesmos, you turn in, you go on the throttle, then you lift off a little bit, keep turning, and it's very plain. Then you get the one with the oval. I would put that one in C tier, because I feel like the oval actually adds something, where it feels very unique in a way, you could say. Short circuit, I mean, it's okay. I would put it at D tier. I mean, it's not the best, I would say. Now we get to the 1993 layout, I think it is. And I mean, this might be controversial, but I'll put that one at A, and I'll put the modern layout also at A. Though I prefer this one because of the second Lesmos being full speed, so it's a bit more daring. But Monza's actually I'll put this one at B tier, because I forgot about it. The first chicanes at Monza 91, they are very fun. I really like them. I just really like that track. The modern layout, I feel like the first chicane, the turn 1-2, I feel like it's a good braking zone. Just it's fun to do now. And then also Ascari I like, but I would have hoped they added the modern curbs, the actual newest layout, which has the flatter curbs, because I don't Ascari, the actual last corner's apex, I don't really like that the sausage curbs. I just don't like sausage curbs in general. They have the short layout again, which I put here. Stadium Super Trucks, I mean, for Stadium Super Trucks I would put it at E, because I thought it was quite boring. I mean, you have the two jumps right after each other, and then you have nothing. I mean, what to do? Now we get to Motorsport, yeah, Canadian Tire Motor Park, I believe is their official name. Either way, I put it at A tier, because I really like it, especially in the Formula High-Tech Gen 2, where you're just pushing it like hell. So you lift slightly, or I don't remember if you actually have to lift. Turn 1, then turn 2, flat again, turn 3, you brake a bit, turn right, and then turn 4 left. Then you go down the little dip, up the hill, short hill where you're braking hard, trying to brake for the double right-hander, long straight and flat out, and then you have to brake and turn left. Yeah, I really like that track. It's a very fun one, and the flow is really good, especially with all of the hills. That's really good. And now we get to the actual track with the most layouts in the game, which is, you guessed it, Nürburgring. We don't have that many actual tracks left. We have a lot of layouts, as you can see, but we don't have that a huge amount of tracks. So yeah, I mean, I don't know which one of these is which. I assume This is the 2020, this is the 2025. So the 2020 layout, I mean, it is a good layout, but I prefer the 2025 layout. No, actually, I don't know, they're both quite good. I mean, this might be controversial. I'll put this at both at CT, because I mean, it's good. I mean, it's a good track, but as I've stated in my video, I feel like it's, yeah, the length is both a positive and a negative. I feel like it gets overhyped. And then I mean, you have the added of the GP layout. I mean, that's something, but still the same problem, I would say. They get the tourist layout. I really like it because of it being a tourist layout. So it's completely unique, and I mean, it's a good driving experience. So if you're just hanging around, I find that one very good. Then you get to the old 1971 layout, where you get Betonschleife, which is the very short track. I mean, I guess it's the shortest track in Nürburgring, the shortest layout in Nürburgring history. If I'm wrong, comment it down below. Either way, I find it as a fun little weird oval. So I will put it there. So that's, I mean, it's a interesting layout. Then you get the what's it called? Because you have Gesamtstrecke. So it's everything. And I mean, the Südschleife is good, but as I said, it has its issues, the whole track. So I mean, I can't really put these two on any other page, because I mean, I feel like, I mean, they're still the Nürburgring. There are big differences, which in a way makes the older layout actually more favorable in my opinion. Still a cool track. Südschleife, I remember driving it quite a bit. I mean, I haven't driven it in a long time, which probably says something. So I'll put it on that level. The rallycross track, I remember it is quite fun. I remember it being very high speed and also very tricky, and also very good. So I'll put it at BT. My favorite rallycross track hasn't come up yet. Then we get to the whole GP track, but this one is, yeah, this one has a very tight chicane at the end, so I'll put it at BT because I don't like that chicane. They have the short layout with the Mercedes-Benz Arena part. I have driven this layout, I remember. I mean, it is okay. I mean, is it worse? I don't know. I'll put it at the same level. Then you have it without that. I mean, I don't really like that that first one too. I don't like that one at all. I'll put that one there. And this one is the 20. Okay, I did put that one at the same level because it's the 2025 version. And then you have the one with the better chicane. I'll put that one in 80 because I like the track. It's just that last chicane. I mean, as I said, I don't really like chicanes that much. It depends on the track because some chicanes are good, some chicanes are bad. It depends on how tight and everything they are. Now we get to Ortona. Ortona, it must be a go-karting track. Let me check. Seems like, yeah, a car. So it is a karting track in AMS2. Wait, let me just double check because I remember driving something similar like this. Oh, yeah, I have driven around here. I mean, if I recall correctly, it was an okay track. It wasn't something super special. Now we come to Alton Park, which, as you hear, is a UK track. I've driven it quite a bit. I mean, I remember, I tried to drive it. The first time I drove a manual car, I believe, was on Alton Park. I drove out of the chicane, misshifted, and blew up my engine. So, I don't know how good that is from how that shows on my skills. But yeah, I remember I've also seen this quite a bit from Assetto Corsa Competizione. I mean, this circuit, yeah, as I said, the chicanes, I don't like it. So I'll put this one at D tier. Then you have without the chicanes, I'll put actually B tier because I remember liking this section. I do like it quite a bit. Oh yeah, I drove it in a car. I don't remember which car, but I drove it in a car, and this layout was very fun. They have the shorter layout, which I drove in a multiplayer test race, I remember, and I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was super good, I would say. And then you have the shorter layout with chicane through there. Now we get to Pocono. I remember driving the oval. I remember feeling actually it was a quite nice oval because all three corners are based on three different ovals. So I believe one is based on Talladega, one is Daytona, and one is Indianapolis. If I'm wrong, comment it down below. I like that oval because you have all of the three different profiles. They get to the road tracks. I don't remember these exactly, but I can make a good educated guess. So I would say this one, which has the oval and you're going in that direction. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay, but I mean, as I've said, these, I don't really like that style of corner. It looks a bit weird, and why I put this one lower is because of that chicane. This one looks quite cool. I mean, is it? I wouldn't say it looked B tier. This one looks just a mini Road America. This one looks a bit like that one. So I mean, I put this here. All of them have similar styles. And speaking of Road America, here we are, Road America. So this long layout, I like it quite a lot. Is it 80? I mean, if it look, is it better than these here is my question. No, I'll put it here because I like it, but it has a few, not weird, it's just like, it has an interesting flow, I should say. Put this one at C tier because of the chicane. It's interesting, the flow. That's all I can really say. And the short layout of it with the Stadium Supercharger, I remember driving it in AMS2 beta testing, and I really thought it was funny driving that. Where you, this section where you had the jump, and then you had the and then you braked for the chicane, and then you had the jump, and they had the turn. It was very fun and very up and down, left and right. Now we come to Road Atlanta. Yeah, Road Atlanta. Yeah, Road America, then Road Atlanta. So the classic layout, I really like this one. I find it quite fun because you have the long. I really like this twisty section. And you also have this. Oh no, wait. Yeah, wait now. No, this is the 05 layout. No, that's the 05 layout. I don't remember. Either way, I find it really fun. I mean, this layout I will put also at the same because they're basically the same. It's only 05 difference. I don't remember there being a big difference, and I can't really see something distinctly from the track map. Then you have the short layout, which I remember driving. It was okay. I'll put it B tier because it was a bit worse. They have that section. I don't really like that one because of that last corner. I don't like it where you're going there and you have to go straight, and then you have a jump and the braking and tight corner. It's a bit too tight for me. Salvador. Oh, I remember this road circuit being a bit special, I remember. Not being the best one in the game, but being okay. Yeah, I remember drove it in a prototype, a bit too quick for the track. So I would say, yeah, it's a bit weird. Now we come to Santa Cruz. I remember driving this, but I don't remember it. I don't remember it fully. I mean, it looks okay, so I'll put it a beta. I mean, this whole the whole layout looks interesting, I should say. Now we come to Sebring, and I mean, Sebring is a track I like quite a bit, I would say. Find this layout very fun because of the bumps and also the layout. It has a few issues, but I would say nothing major. They have the this short layout. It's the top version, so I mean, put it at the same because yeah, it's good. This section, I really like it too. I remember in a wet race around there, I did very badly. I remember crashing all the time. Then for like the last lap, I thought, oh, might as well try, and if I can, I'm lost, might as well try if I can drive the whole layout. So I remember when I came here, instead of braking and turning right, I just went straight on and just went a whole lap around. It was very fun. And now we come to the Stadium Super Trucks layout. Remember there being a jump there, which made it more fun. But you have the jump there instead. So, I mean, I put it at theta because it is an interesting track. It just, that jump they removed, I don't like it. I don't like that they removed it. Now we come to Silverstone, which is probably my favorite track in the game for a lot of reasons. Either way, let's rank them. So you have the weird chicane, but this is a very plain track. I don't really like this layout. I would put this one in D tier and this one in C tier because they're not that good in my opinion. But this layout I remember in the 1991 trucks. I remember it being very fun. Like Maggots Beckett's. It's a bit boring, but I like it a bit. They get the more modern layout, which has... yeah, that I will put it at, I don't know where, maybe... yeah, I'll put a C tier because it's not as good. They have the international and national. I mean, this is the old national, I assume. No, they have the same... this one basically looks the same, it seems. So I'll just put this one there, this one there, because yeah, they look okay, I remember. This one, I don't remember driving it, but I mean, it looks okay. They have the whole GP track. I'll put that at A because it's a very fun track. And they have this section, I mean, you have... oh, yeah, I remember this one. I mean, it's not that fun. It's not that fun, really. It's okay, but I don't like that cut. It wasn't really done in a good way, in my opinion. Now we come to Snetterton, which is a track I drove a long time ago. I remember that. I don't remember it fully. But I remember, yeah, I think it has a corner called the Bomb because the World War II bomb crashed and there's a bit of a dam. I also remember it not being able to drive it for like 2 months. So I mean, I'll put it at C for a bit of that funny fact. But this, I mean, I don't really remember a lot about it, so I'll put it all at C there because it's okay. Now we come to Spa 1971. And then one of these has the chicane. I think this one has the chicane. This one I'll put at 80 because I really like the truck because I know it's long, but for the cars, if you drive like a Group C car on it, it becomes really fun. And also an old F1 car because I know it has the problems of it being long, but it sort of works in its favor for that track because the whole Sector 1 and Sector 1 is very high, is very like you go, it's very twisty. Sector 2 is quite twisty, but also very long, like a very long straight, and you have that sort of high-speed chicane in the middle, which is quite fun. They have Sector 3, which is also very high speed and very banking. It has the flavor of modern Spa, but it's different, I would say. They get this layer, which has that bus stop chicane. Oh, this is the old, the 95 bus stop chicane. I like that one, really. It is quite fun. Then you have 1995. I really hate, I will put that because the track is good. But I hate that chicane because it feels too tight of a start. First chicane, and then the end is very high speed. So it feels very weird. They get to these layouts, I mean, I put them at 80 because, I mean, they're basically the same, only one corner bit different. So, I mean, they're quite close to each other. Then we get to, what track was this one? Is this, no, this is the Spa Rallycross track. Don't like that one. I mean, it's, oh, actually, it was actually quite okay. I don't know. Now let's put a D because I don't like the up section, and then the jump startles the car, but it's not like low, I would say. It's okay. Then we come to Speedland. Yeah, the go-kart. I remember driving it a bit. I remember it being very tight and it being very left, right, but most go-kart tracks are a bit like that, so I would put those at C tier. And this video is already getting close to half an hour long, and it doesn't feel like I've recorded for half an hour. Either way, let's keep going. I will finish, try and finish this video, these tracks today. So, if we get here, you have Spielberg. So you have the old A1 ring, you have the A1 ring with the chicane, and you have the modern layout. I mean, the modern layout, I would say it's okay. I mean, it's not my favorite. I'll put it a B C actually, because it's okay. Then you have these short layouts. I mean, I don't remember. I've actually driven it. It's not that fun. I'll put the DT. I mean, the jumps I put also at DT. Then we get to here. I mean, the chicane is okay. I'll put that one at B tier, and I'll put the old layout actually at A tier because I really like the old layout because it is twisty in a good way, and it also feels a bit more fast flowing and yeah, it has a lot more medium speed corners. Now we get to Taruma. Yeah, I remember Taruma, where you had this is very high speed. I remember. They have the chicane. Yeah, that chicane seems to destroy most of it, so I'll put that one at D tier. This one I remember, I feel like was quite a good track, so I'll put it at B tier. And as you can see, most tracks are for me C tier, but you have a lot of tracks in A tier still. So yeah, that's interesting. Then we get to Termas de Rio Hondo. I remember driving it. I don't remember how it was though. I mean, it's... Oh no, actually, I remember this track now. I remember it was like the first beta championship race I took a part of. I raced in, which was in the very old... the car F1 cars with big turbos, which exploded a lot. I remember that driving and it being quite fun. I remember trying to chase Dikran, Crimson Eminence, just trying to chase them, but they were too quick Germans. So yeah, that was fun. Then we get actually two test tracks. You have the test oval, I have a test track. We don't have access to this publicly. This one, as you can see, we have a circuit map. This one we don't for some reason. I don't know why. So I mean, I can't rank those. Like Daytona, which was a repetition. Then we get to what's possibly my most driven rally track, and that's Tykki. So you have Tykki, which is in Finland. So you have Tykki Outer one. I think this one was quite okay. I remember this one though, where it came in burning here, then braking, and in the middle section being a bit confusing. But then you have the big jump. I'll put it there, all basically for the big jump on the inner section. And they have the inner layout. You have an inner circuit, which I remember it being very twisty. They have the rallycross track, which I mean looks... I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'll put it at D tier too, because it looks a bit odd. Then we come to Velocita, which was the only track in the beta for a long time, but now it seems it's different, and it seems like it has made each layout twice. I remember I remember driving the longer versions of the tracks. I remember this one being quite fun because of the hill. And also the chicanes in this one was actually quite entertaining, I would say. Because it wasn't like tight, it was sweeping corners. So driving it in a Volkswagen was actually quite fun. And then this track, I mean, the chicane at the end looks okay. I think I've driven this possibly, but you have the chicane. I put it at C tier. Then we get to yeah. Oh wait. Oh, there you have Velo Park, and then you have. Oh, this is where it becomes a bit weird. Where you have Adelaide here, a Velo Park. I remember Velo Park. I call it like the butcher knife because it looks like a butcher knife, and that was the one which had the drag strip on it. Okay. I remember driving this one too. I remember it being quite fun too. I don't remember it being super like special. Yeah, the Stadium Super Trucks track. I mean, it looks okay, not that special. So put that there, and it seems like the difference is only a little bit. Now we come to Adelaide. I've driven both of these layouts. I don't remember this one as much, but I think it was, I would say B tier because it does most of the corners like this one. This one I'll put at A tier because I really like the tight sections of here. They get to the chicane and then you think, oh, now we can go easy. And then you get full throttle. Here you have to go full throttle into a tight corner. And the chicane looks okay right on the map here, but it's super tight in real life. Or actually when driving it. I remember it there being exactly there was a Stadium Super Trucks layout for it, and it looks okay. Now we get to Virginia International Racing Park, I think it's called VIR, which reminds me of BAR, but anyway. The classic auto layout, I really like that one a lot. It's very tricky, quite hard to master, very hard to master, but it's very nice. They get the inner layout, which I also find to be very good. But yeah, it has a lot of blind corners, and this section is very twisted. It's very fun. Then you get to the what now? I don't remember what. I mean, you have the different layouts which have different corners. I mean, the different sections. So I mean, what can I do? I mean, I put them all at like 80 because I mean they are sort of the same track, just different sections. So I can't really put them anywhere else. And now we come to the last circuit alphabetically, but not the last circuit in this video because of some weird thing which happened with, what was it now, with the DDS to PNG converter. So you have Watkins Glen, which I really like, and with this one, I would put both this one without the chicane and with the chicane on 80 because I feel like the chicane doesn't really destroy it, and it also adds a bit. It's very tricky, and it's also quite a high-speed bus stop, so I find it quite fun. Then you get the shorter layout. I don't really like it that much. I don't know, put it C-tier. Yeah, because it loses that section, which I find really fun. So yeah, C-tier they put them because the only real elevation change is straights. And that one singular corner. The Stadium Super Trucks circuit, I mean, I'll put it at D-tier. It doesn't look anything super special. And now we come back to A. We already did Adelaide. So now we are going with Ascura, which is my favorite rallycross track. And why I love it so much is because it's not too hilly, so you can actually focus. And I really like the twisty corners, so you can. And this section is really fun because you brake and you try and rotate. You can keep it all in one motion. Try and keep it rotating at so one rotation, I would say. So that's very fun. And also in Sector 2, the first real corner, if you brake too hard, you understeer out. And then if you nail it, it feels really good. Really like the track. Then you get to Azure. So it seems like they've doubled it, or I think it was that one of these is a supposed to be like the track map for Le Mans, no, for Monaco 1988, even though the track maps look identical. Either way, it's a street track. It's quite a nice one. I mean, it's Monaco. I personally put it a B tier because, I mean, as I said, the racing is okay. Or, as I said, it's tight, so the racing is okay. But the track in itself as a driving track is quite fun. Then we get to Barcelona. So this one is without the chicane. I really... Oh, wait, is this... Yeah, this is the old layout. I really like that one. I do. Then we get the chicane one. I hate this. I mean, it has... I'll put it to detail, but that chicane, it completely destroys the flow which this circuit has. I do hate that chicane. Then we get to... I remember driving this quite a bit in like Real Racing 3 or something, so I'll put a C because it is an okay layout, but I don't really like that hairpin, I remember. Then you also have the Rallycross track. I remember driving a bit. It's a very confusing track. And it has a jump, which is quite cool. Now we come to Bathurst. There's not much I need to say on this. 80 on all of them. It's, in my opinion, the best Australian track out there. Probably top 3 tracks in the world. With Silverstone and Le Mans, in my opinion. But Bathurst, I really like it because it's very tricky. And I really love Sector 2 where you're just going... You're at the start. You have this double right left-hander leading into the very steep downhill, windy, twisty section. And in the old layout, you have no barriers, so you get very close to the physical like hill, which is fun. They get to Brands Hatch, which I mean, this layout is the one I used to drive a lot in like Forza or Real Racing 3, I don't remember. I feel it's okay. I don't really like it that much. This layout is actually quite good. I quite like that one. So, I mean, yeah, it's nothing super duper special. But it seems like most tracks are actually quite good because most of them are in C, B, or C, and then B is very good. There are more tracks in B than D. Then we get to Brasilia. I remember driving this. I think it was quite flat, but it was quite twisty. I mean, this one looks a lot like Sakir with that very high speed section, which is quite fun. So I'll put a B. This, I don't remember, but I'll put a B to because it looks like quite a good layout. Now we get to Buenos Aires, which has 7 layouts. This layout, I believe, I remember driving it. I remember thinking it was okay. So I put a C there. They have this with the extra squiggly lines. I mean, I don't know. I'll put a C there again. They have the inner section. I remember driving this, but I don't remember it that much. I mean, the layouts look okay. I don't just remember it being like... I remember now that section. I remember it being okay. Now I was thinking this one. Either way, I think it is an okay track. I mean, I don't think it was something special. They get to Buskerud. I know it's in Norway. I don't want to give any bias toward negative or positive towards it. But as a karting track, I think it's... I don't know. I put it a bit because I mean I like the hills and things, but I feel like the karts in AMS2, like the feeling of them, don't really gel well with the track. So I don't know if it's a physics problem or if it's a layout problem. Either way, in AMS2, they don't fit. Now we get to Cadwell Park. This might be a controversial opinion, but I put it at 80 because I love how up and down it is. I love how squiggly it is. I love everything basically with the track. It's really fun. The only problem is that it's very narrow, so you can't really do racing with high downforce cars. But it is a very fun track. Campo Grande, I remember trying it, but I don't remember that much more. Looks like an okay track. I feel like that's the motto of this video. Looks like an okay track. Then we get to is this no, this is Cascades we have done. We are in Cascavel. And I remember this layout being very high speed and quite fun. Then we get to Cleveland, which is the airport track. The STT Stadium Trophy Trucks, yeah. Their layout, I mean, their Stadium Trophy Truck layout isn't that good in my opinion. You have 3 on E. I mean, it doesn't say that well. I mean, I like it how 3 of them are Monza. One is, I don't remember which rallycross track. And they have 2 more Stadium Trophy Trucks. Actual Cleveland, I would put that B to actually. Because they're quite like the airport feeling. Then we come to the last track of this video and this series. So after 40 minutes, we are finally done at Cordoba. And I remember driving this layout and this track. And I remember it being in a Formula F1 car. And the model, I thought it was not the best. I didn't feel like it was anything super good. So I mean, yeah, I'll put them there. So that was basically it with this video. The link, if you want to do this whole tier list for yourself and spend over an hour doing everything, you can. It's in the description. And if you want me to do any adjustments, or if you want me to keep it updated, also comment it. And whilst you're down there, please hit the like button and also subscribe. My next video, we have to see what it's on, because as I said, it could be Assetto Corsa Rally, but I don't have high hopes for that coming anytime soon. They said January. Did it happen in January? No. And might do another AMS2 video. We will have to see. I know Ghost is working on a video, which I will be uploading because we recorded it together. So hopefully that will be fun. And in general, yeah, there's not much else to say. But until then, I've been Racing Legend. You've been my amazing viewers. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.